Hello, my name is Tony Berard. Today I'm going to talk about my rating system. I'm still waiting for the delivery of my Dice Chess 10 game. And so while I wait, I'm going to do some clerical issues. Videos that I normally wouldn't do, mainly because I don't think anybody would watch it. But maybe some people will watch this. It is about my rating system. And we're going to use this for a big part of the site. You know, wherever there's a rating, we're going to be using this rating system. So it's important. It's a better rating system than the ELO system. And so I'm going to talk about my paper. Right now I have this page set up for my paper. Right there, the Performance Rating Algorithm, PRA, and the Tournament App by Tony Berard. So, let me see. As you can see, there's 81 pages to it. And so, this was a paper that I submitted to the American Mathematical Association. And I did that because I was trying to enter the Breakthrough Prize back in 2013. I guess it was that. Well, it was probably around there. Oh, right there, 2013 U.S. Open. So that was the most recent tournament I had processed with my rating system. And so I probably either tried to enter oh no, I'm talking about 19 months after that. So, yes. So it was probably 2013 that I tried to enter the Breakthrough Prize. The Breakthrough Prize is a big prize. It's $3 million. The Nobel Prize will only give you $1 million. So the Breakthrough Prize is a huge prize. And so winning that would be a really big deal. And so I tried to enter the Breakthrough Prize competition. And they used to have it where you could submit your papers to two places. Archive.org, where it was ARXIVE, where X was the Greek letter chi. Get it? Archive. Anyway, archive.org. And the other place was the American Mathematical Association. But then they took away the archive.org because there's no requirements for that. You just submit it and then you're there. Grisha Perelman, I think that's his name, Perelman. He solved one of the Millennium problems, and then he turned his back on mathematics. I guess he's a homeless person living in Russia now, if he's even still alive. He's homeless with his mother, and they roam around the city. Anyway, he refused the $1 million prize for solving that problem. But anyway, I tried to enter a major competition with this rating system, and it's a work of art. It's because it's not just a mathematical product. It's a mathematical product and an artificial intelligence product. So it's a dual thing, and as a result of that, it's pretty amazing. The AI, well, I don't know if you'd really want to call it AI, but it achieves results that are not possible through the work of AI. And if you run a tournament, you know, if you simulate a tournament and you run through millions of games, you know, or just an open-ended tournament where you have like 1 million players and they randomly paired off, you know, that sort of thing. I had my rating system keep tabs of that. Well, I guess let's just get down into it here. So I talked about the 2003 U.S. Open and its follow-up. And I followed the players after they did the 2013 Open. There were 24 of them. And their ELO system, the official system, took 19 months to approach the ratings that I got with just the one data set from the 2013 US Open. And I actually have that graph on my Facebook page. So if I go to Facebook, click on my face, if I go to me, there's me, and click on this graph. I wonder if I can get just the graph. I guess that's the full. Maybe it's not the full graph. Oh, I changed it. It's San Remo 1930. I thought I had that. Oh, it must be on my. They must have changed it. All right. Well, I guess I don't. This is San Remo 1930. This was. Oh, maybe it's. Might have hit. Yeah, that's it. That's not it. That's it right there. All right, this is it. This is a time series of the ratings, goodness, and fit test, and this is for the PRA data. That's my date. That's my rating system. I only had the U.S. Open 2013 only. Actually, it was the U.S. Championship. I keep getting Open and Championship mixed up in my mind. I did that with the 1964 U.S. Championship with Bobby Fischer. So I need to be a little more wary of that. Anyway, that's the U.S. Championship for 2013. The ELO data was all tournaments for the 24 players since that time. I had to look them up. All 24 of them. Conclusion. ELO is producing correct ratings, but it is slow and weak. And the PRA yields correct ratings in one tournament. And this is an anomaly, but the month 0 is at the tournament itself. Then 1 month later, the ELO rating system got a really good fit that it didn't get until after 6 months after that. But anyway, then it was back up to here. It seems to be an anomaly. I'm not sure why that is, but that's what I measured. Anyway, then it's slow drag down here until we get to the month of 11, which is finally an acceptable, between the borderline between an acceptable fit and an exceptional fit. And then it's bebopping around till it gets to 19. What happened at month 19? Oh, the 19th month, then it started to veer back up. That's what it was. And it didn't come back. So after 19 months, then the players started to diverge from what I had measured them at for just the U.S. Open or U.S. Championship from 2013 only. And so, actually, here I have the blurb here for it too. This is a graph of 19 months worth of ELO ratings for the 24 players of the U.S. Open. Again, it's Championship. 2013 tournament compared with the set of ratings my rating system produced just using just the information at that tournament only. The graph shows ELO slowly converging to my set of ratings for these 24 players. But ELO requires all of the tournaments that these players have gone to during this 19-month stretch of time to gain the accuracy that my rating system achieved in just one tournament. This should be the knockout punch to put ELO on the mat. I had that. I talkified. I tried to get them to use my rating system. And as you can see, I posted this in December 2014. And they still use ELO. I was not successful in my argumentation to them. Well, I was successful. The fact that they did not adopt it was not a contingent thing upon my failure to describe my rating system. I described it. And I guess I have a little proof of it. The K factor for youth used to be 40. And I mentioned to FIDE that K equal 40 for the youth was a mistake. And I was told no. That number 40 was arrived at by an international body of ratings experts and other high-level people who knew a great deal about rating systems. And they debated that for months under the auspices of FIDE. And after that long stretch of time, they slowly concluded that 40 was the correct value. And so who am I to tell them that that was wrong? But anyway, you'll notice FIDE does not have K equal 40 anymore for the K factor for their youth. I cannot prove this, but it wasn't that long after I proved to them that K equal 40 was a mistake that they now have this N times K has to be less than 700 rule that they devised, which will give a whole bunch of different K factors to youth. The more games a youth player plays now, times their K factor, has to be less than 700. So if K factor is 40, then you can't have more than about 15, 18 games, whatever, at that level, because then you'll exceed 700. And then if you play more games, then your K factor will get lowered. So they did that to players that play a lot to try to boost their rating. Their K factor will come down, and then they won't get as much of a boost as they had hoped. So while they have a K factor, it used to be while they had a K factor of 40, play as many games as possible to try to get your rating as high as possible. But that's where the mistake comes in. There's dispersion that can occur in the ratings. The rating can become artificially high from what the player's true ability is. That's what I measured. I did 4 tournaments that were youth tournaments. I was told by FIDE that teenagers have streaky play. And so, how do you prove that? They're teenagers. And so, I did 4 World Youth Championship tournaments, the most recent ones I could find, that had a blend of players that had a K factor of 40 and K factor of 10. When a youth gets more than 2,300 in their rating, then their K factor automatically goes down to 10. So I found 4 tournaments that were like this, that had a blending of teenagers. So all these people in the tournament were teenagers. So if teenagers have streaky play, I shouldn't have been able to measure it. But I used my rating system and I processed those 4 tournaments, and I found a greater dispersion in the K equal 40 group than in the K equal 10 group every time. So I guess that impressed FIDE enough to where they got rid of the K equal 40 for youth. They never told me that. They never paid me for that. They never announced to anywhere why they did that. They just did it. But since it came not too long after I proved to them that K equal 40 was a mistake, they changed it. So at least I had some effect on FIDE. Alright. So we'll get out of this. Alright. So I'll log out of Facebook and go back to my drive. Alright, so this is my file. And so I introduce all this here with that 2013 tournament. And what else do I talk about? Oh, there were 2 players in there, Sam Sevian and Caden Trough. Well, this was interesting. I need to say this. There were 2 youth players in the 2013 U.S. Championship. Sam Sevian who was 12, I think, and Caden Troff, who was like 14. Both of them were like 2,300, and they got a special invitation to play. And so, and there were a number of other international masters and stuff in this tournament. So, Gadakamsky won the tournament. And I believe he won the tournament. Yeah, I think it was him that won the tournament. Yes. An elite player named Kamsky, who was rated too high. So anyway, Kamsky won the tournament. My rating system said that Gadakamsky was rated too high. He should be lowered. And my rating system said that both Sam Sevian and Caden Troff should be grandmasters, rated 2,500 or higher. And during the course of the 19 months that elapsed after that, Gadakamsky did suffer a rating decrease, observed by the ELO rating system. And Sam Sevian and Caden Troff went on to become grandmasters. I had checked at the time, 19 months after that, if any of the other international masters had become grandmasters. None of them had. Only Sam Sevian and only Caden Troff. Now, how good is my rating system if it observed that with just the one tournament of data? And then Sam Sevian and Caden Troff went on to play other tournaments and slowly rose their ratings up over grandmaster level. The other international masters also played tournaments. They did not become grandmasters. And Gadakamsky played some tournaments after that, and he lost rating points. And so, you know, for my rating system to, and I'm not going to say it predicted it, it measured it. So my rating system is very powerful. What are the chances? I mean, nobody would have predicted that. Nobody. That the winner of the tournament should lose rating points, and that these two boys should be grandmasters and not pick any of the other international masters to become grandmasters. Who would say that? My rating system did. So its power is immense. So I needed to say that. All right. I don't have too much time left. So let's see. Okay, I talk about this. The conventional wisdom is that Caruana recently surpassed Karpov. This is at the time of this writing, 2013. So his 2014 Sinkefeld Cup, he got a G of 302. That's my G score. Karpov in Linares 1994 got a G score of 308. So Caruana did not surpass Karpov. But they used to say Karpov's 1994 Linares tournament was the greatest tournament of all time. And they recently said, when Caruana did this, that he surpassed it. I don't know if they're saying that anyone else has surpassed this, but even this is not the best of all time. It wasn't even better than Karpov's performance. But anyway, my G scores are saying that Tarash's 1898 Vienna 1898 tournament was the best of all time. There he scored a G score of 390, and Pillsbury got second place in that tournament. Got a G score of 371. Now, who would say that a second place finisher would have a greater tournament performance than two winners? Well, my rating system is not swayed by looking at only winners. Here, even Zuckertort. Zuckertort got a 368.43, which is only a few points behind Pillsbury's Vienna 1898 performance. Zuckertort lost his last 3 games. I think they said he started doing opium after he had the tournament locked up. Yeah, right here. He started taking opium. See, I don't leave anything on. If I find something out, I write it right there. So this is a very good book. This book is on Amazon, by the way. It's called The Performance Rating Algorithm and Tournament App by Tony Berard. You can go to, if you go to Amazon.com Amazon.com/author/me, Tony Berard, all one word. There. Amazon.com/author/Tony Berard. And there's a suggestion, of course, which it already is there. Press enter, and it will take you to my Amazon page. That's a picture of me when I'm a little bit thinner and younger in a thinking mode. Now I'm older and fatter. But anyway, I have some books on there. This is my math book. It's only 15 bucks. This is the book I'm talking about right now. The Performance Rating Algorithm and Tournament App. A faster algorithm than the ELO rating system. Only $29.95. And it's a beautiful book. You're looking at it right now. I recently sold a copy of this. Oh, that's the Kindle edition. It's this is the one I sold, I think. I don't know what that was. All right, Casa's Daughter. A fantasy story featuring new board games. I guess it's having trouble zeroing in. Maybe if it has my finger to look at. A fantasy story featuring new board games beyond chess. Anthony Berard. Sometimes I'll put my name as Anthony Berard. Sometimes I'll put my name as Tony Berard. It's the same guy, though. But anyway, you can click on that and order it. It's an awesome book. Well, all my books are awesome. This is The Flaws, Death, and Successor to Chess, Tines and Barbs. That's my only game book so far, but I'm working on some other game books, dice chess mainly right now. That's foremost in my mind. That'll be my next one I get done. This is a little more expensive because it's got color images in there. So, but anyway, here's the Tines and Barbs pieces. Here's chess pieces. So chess and Tines and Barbs on the same board. The Tines and Barbs pieces don't have any of the weapons, like a gun or the pouches or the magic wand. So none of that stuff can happen, but they can still rotate and move and capture and promote. So those are what they can do when they fight the chess pieces. So anyway, if you go to, I guess they changed it. But anyway, Amazon.com/author/Tony Berard. And you can get all my books. All right. So I'm not signed in, so I can just click off of here. So, oh, here it is. All right. This is where the G-scores are at. So if you get between 100 and 149.99, that's making my G list. In the tournament that just concluded, what time is it? In the tournament that just concluded, Carlson, he got a 100 point something. So he made the list. This was Tata Steel 2020. Caruana got a 233. So if we look here where 233 is, it's a dominating performance. So 250 to 299.9 is a threat to the World Championship. 300 to 349.99 is a generationally great performance. 350 to 399.99 is a historically great performance. And 400 plus is beyond human comprehension. I've never seen a 400 plus yet. In all the tournaments I've ever done, nobody's gotten past 400. I think Steinitz got a 393 with his match against Blackburn in 1876, I believe. I think that was when he did it. And he routed him 7-0. So, yeah, I say it right here. I didn't say the year, though. I think it was 1876. Steinitz was the closest. If the match continued and Steinitz kept winning, he certainly would have exceeded 400. But that did not happen, so even Steinitz has not exceeded 400. So, well, I want to scroll down at least so you can see a couple of the graphs. All right, here's some of the formulas. So I have the basic system. The ELO system has a K factor here. I discovered that it should be 9.0. That's an optimization. Other than this, well, and this, that's the ELO rating system. The E is the ELO expectation system, but the E is, for me, is using my expectation system. But that is the ELO rating system, except for 9.0 being replaced by K. And I made an adjustment also, because they don't, the ELO rating system does not anchor the mean, and it does not anchor the standard deviation. So this adjustment is to anchor the standard deviation, or not, no, to anchor the mean. I don't talk in my book how to anchor the standard deviation, or not to anchor it, but a better way to say it would be to how to adjust the standard deviation to achieve certain properties. That's a trade secret. If you want to know the trade secret, talk to me. I will disclose it for a rather large sum of money, but I will also swear you to secrecy. Because that's controlling the standard deviation is a fine thing. I mean, they don't even do this, controlling for the mean, but if you also control the standard deviation, that's pretty powerful stuff. So nobody has that level of sophistication that I have seen out there, but my rating system is going to be doing it when we have our website up and running. So I guess I'll end it there, other than to scroll down and see if I can show you some graphs. Let's see, here's one. This is my expectation function. The ELO expectation function is just a kind of a thing like that. Its steepest ascent is right through there. So I tried to level it off a little bit, which makes it better. Again, that wasn't me. That was what my the artificial intelligence part of it found. Yeah, this is part of the artificial intelligence part, showing how to get it. So here's ELO's system. Here's my algorithm. And here I have the boosting system in there. Every 20 games, this boosting system really helps. It gets the graph to be accurate. Except for, you can see the boosts are getting it closer. But I have a graph where the boosting system is not. What is this? This is rating stability of a true 2200 player on an elite population. So that's a 2200 player. You can see the 2200 player is hovering around 2200, which here's the 2200 line. Oh, here, this is 2300 line. So the 2200 player went out a speck a little bit up here. But anyway. What is this? Mild descent of a true 2500 player on an elite population. So the 2500 player got in spec here, you know, but it's hovering. Well, it was close here, really, really close. The ascent of a champion 2800 player on an elite population. You see the champion player got in spec pretty quick. These boosts are really rapid. The boosting system's nice. So yeah, this is this player needed to be down here, I guess. What is this? The number of out of specs for an elite population. So they already were elite, I think. So this is the boosting system not helping. You can see the regular rating system trying to pull it down, but the boosting system is wrecking it. But after a while, the boosting system couldn't wreck it anymore. It's still trying to pull it up a little bit at these intervals. So after a while, you have to turn the boosting system off. And I am definitely out of time, so I'm logging out. I will click on my face and click sign out. That gets me out of all the Google stuff. So I can shut this down. So go get my books and stuff. They're pretty awesome. And we're working on getting my games online. So life is good. Have a great day. This is Tony Berard signing off.